time to make food. So, but I thought I'd come on earlier and actually do this and prepare, because this is a really great dish. Sorry about the dishes in the sink. This is a really good, great dish that you can make early in the morning or the afternoon, and then you can just warm it up in the oven. So it's really simple. We're doing a cottage pie. I have made this before. I've done it on Periscope. So it's really simple. What you're going to need. Let me just start to. Let me just move these out of the way. Don't want to see these. Whoops. I'm going to have some coffee as well, so I'm just going to put on my kettle. If you hear a noise, it's the kettle. Just fill this up with some water, because we need to start boiling. Well, I actually need to boil some potatoes first, because what cottage pie is. Well, there's two differences. You can have shepherd's pie, you can have cottage pie. Cottage pie is used with beef mince, whilst shepherd's pie always uses lamb mince. Okay, so we're going to be cooking the mince. We're going to then add in the onions and the carrots. We're going to add in some beef stock. We're then going to add in some tomato sauce, Worcester sauce, all your flavours and your spices, and then we're going to pop some mashed potato on the top. Now, you could actually make, if you wanted to, a vegan version of this, where you could use like corn mince, and then you could use parsnip. And instead of using potatoes, you could have potatoes, but if you don't want to use mashed potato with like milk and that sort of thing and cream, have it with parsnip. So mashed parsnip would be a really good idea to do it with. So we're going to make a start. Let me. Hopefully you can all see this, everybody. As I say, I was going to come on at 5, but I want to actually just get this done. So what I would do first of all, you don't even need to switch on your oven just yet. You'll need a pan that's nice and hot. So let me get the stuff out of the fridge. So we've got an onion here. Okay. We're going to get some potatoes for the mash. So we'll just wash the potatoes. So let me know where you're watching from in the chat, guys, if you're new to my channel. Grab a few more potatoes. So I'm just going to give these a quick scrub. I'm going to wash these potatoes. We'll make some coffee as well. Hi Alexis, lovely to see you. So we're doing cottage pie. Just giving these potatoes a clean. We're going to make some mashed potato, and then we're going to make the filling, and then we'll put the mashed potato on the top, and then we'll put it in the oven with some mixed herbs on the top, and yeah, it should be all really nice. So first thing we're going to do then is we're going to peel the potatoes. Oh, we can add some garlic in here as well. Are you walking the dog? Oh, how's the situation there now? Is it a lot better? How's the connection? Is it okay? I've started to go portrait now. I see what you mean though by going portrait. It's a lot better, isn't it? I've put you on the windowsill, but the only problem is I can't always go live. I've got to have a phone with full battery to be able to come live on the windowsill, because it's not connected to my charger. Because my charger's there. Is it good? Oh, good. I've always never had an issue with it's always when the camera's in this place, over here in the corner, the wall stops the connection. So do you remember that time when I came live? Oh, see, it's come off again, this. I think I'm off to IKEA hopefully tomorrow, so I will get some more. I will get a proper peeler, like the one that I used to have before. That is my next thing I need. Oops. See how it keeps coming off? We happened yesterday, this as well. Ooh, be careful not to cut myself. Okay, so that's one potato. Let's give these a peel. hopefully we're all having a nice day. Remember to share out, everybody. Share the broadcast if you can do. I've started posting up my event on my profile. So whenever I post up the event, I know I'm on a bit earlier, but it doesn't matter because you can just watch it back at 5 o'clock. If you plan to watch me at 5 o'clock, then just watch it back on replay. It's up to you. I was tempted to go out today, Alexa, so I was going to go to some of the some of the non-essential shops. But the weather was nice yesterday. It was really sunny. It was sunny this morning. It's just gone really cloudy now. I think it's going to rain. I just don't like it. And it's still cold here as well. It shouldn't be this cold. The last 10 years, I reckon this is the coldest April. I think they were saying the lowest temperature in April on an April night was -9, and last night it was about -8. And the last time it was this cold was in 2013, which is really weird. So, but I looked at the weather forecast next week. I think next Sunday. So from Sunday onwards, it's going to warm up a little bit. So we should be in double figures. So I'm not doing a very good job, am I, with these potatoes? It's not the best peeler. Definitely not the best peeler. The reason I'm peeling them today is because this mashed potato is going to go on top of the cottage pie. I think I'm only going to do one more. The problem is whenever I make this, though, I tend to add a little bit too much milk. So I want to actually make this pie quite. It's up to you. You can have it quite creamy, depending on how big your oven dish is. So I'm going to make it quite. I won't put as much milk in actually. I'll put a little bit in. I might actually add some double cream as well. I've got some cream to use up. And you probably say, no, don't use the double cream. All the points. But it does need using. How much double cream do you think I should use? Should I use some milk instead of cream, or what do you think, Alexis? Right, this is nearly done. The kettle's boiled, so I can put the hot water straight into this pan. Oh, there's 2 other potatoes there, but I'm not going to use them. Just pop these to one side, get rid of this. Right, okay, so I'm going to. This is what I use. It is a steamer. Actually, let's chop them up first. So remember, if it's mashed, chop them up quite small. And then they're easy to mash up. How's your day going, Alexis? Is it okay? I love potatoes. Oh my word! If you watched my broadcast back yesterday, I made the masala lamb chops, and then them sweet potatoes. They were so nice. They were so nice. Can you get sweet potato over there, Alexis? I'm sure you can. I really like sweet potatoes. You could even make this recipe and try it with sweet potatoes. That would be really nice. So I'm not doing too many potatoes, but enough to cover the top. This will make enough for about 4 to 6 portions. So obviously, if it's just for yourself, it's nice. You can make this up and then freeze it. We're going to be using beef mince. Okay, so there's all the potatoes, nicely chopped up. Hello, Dina. Hi, Tessie. Lovely to see you. Thank you for coming in. So we're going to add some hot boiling water. We're going to get these on the boil. So fill it up. Hot boiling water. And then we're going to pop these on. I'm wondering whether to use. I'm going to use the big dish actually. Let me just move this out of the way. I've still got some crumble left from the weekend. Only a small amount though. Okay, so I'm going to pop this on here. Let's get this pan nice and hot. I'm going to pop that there. Can you all see that, guys? So we've got the potatoes on there. Turn this on. Take this lid off. And then what I'll do is I'll bring you down in a moment. But the first thing I want to do first is get this nice and hot as well. So, not too hot. So we're going to do the onions. Now, let's chop the onion off. Cut it in half. Get rid of the skins. Okay, so this is just onion. I like the view from this angle. Do you know, Dina, I do as well. I do like it as well. Because you can see me as well. See what I'm doing. You can see the cooking. And I'll also bring you down as well once the food starts to cook. So I think I've nailed it. And if you like it, I will keep in this position. Just chop off that end. I'll chop off this end as well. I'm going to chop this up. Guess what I'm using, everybody? Can you guess what I'm about to use? You must all know by now. I'm going to use my dicer. So you see how there's different blades? Let's turn this round because I want it into cubes. We slot this on. Just got to be careful. And you just push these in, slot it down, and then it all just cuts up nicely. Although sometimes the onion's a bit too big. Slot that in. Well, hopefully you're all having a nice day. Let me know how the weather is where you are. It is indeed. It's the JML dicer. And I absolutely love it. Let's get a small bowl. Sorry about that. Got dishes there. So this is just instantly just chopped all this up. Just like that. Isn't that good? I love this. Okay, so that's all the onions. I'm going to pop that to one side. Next thing I'm going to do is the carrots. Let me get some carrots. Got loads of carrots here. I might make some carrot cake. So, ooh, some of these are a bit frozen. Not too bad though. I'm going to chop the ends off. I'm going to keep the skins on. I use quite a few carrots for this. What else is going in the pie? So we've got carrots, we're going to add onions. What else do I usually have? You could add some peas if you wanted to, but I'm not going to add peas. And with these sort of carrots, you want to cut them into rounds. Keep the skins on. Can put these in with the onions. And then we've got the beef as well. I think that's some. Yeah, sometimes that's a bit frozen. I'm gonna get rid of that one. Get rid of the end. Let me know what you have in your pies. If you ever make a cottage pie, what do you put in your pie? Okay, so that's all the carrots. So I'm going to start to. I just wonder whether to do the mince first or the carrots first? I think I do. What do you do first? Put some oil in the pan. I'm going to bring you down now, just like I did yesterday. So fingers crossed I get a good connection. So I'll bring you down over here. Sometimes it goes off, but I think we'll be alright. Can you all see that? So in here we're going to add I think we should do the beef first. I can't remember if I did the carrots first. Can anybody remember what I did last time? I think we'll do the carrots first, because the carrots take the longest. Oops. We're going to put all the carrots into the pan. We're going to get these nice and softened. You could cut them up a little bit small if you wanted to. As I say, they will be cooking. So we're going to just let them cook and simmer. I want to make a chicken pot pie. Oh, you should do that, Deanna. That sounds lovely. Now, with these potatoes that are over here, I'm going to put the lid on. I have a steamer lid, so as you see the steamer lid? So the steamer can cook anything in this dish. Seriously, get a steamer dish, guys. They're really good. And it also helps they cook a little bit quicker too. So this is going to just take a few minutes to heat up, just to start to simmer. Then what we do is we add the beef. Or you could just add the carrots and do the onions. Take them out of the pan if you wanted to, and then do the beef separately. They do take long, yeah, I thought so. So we'll start to let them simmer. Okay. Let's get a spoon. And what the dish I'm going to use to make the pie, I think it's one that I used. Oh, actually, I've still got some in here, actually. This is the one I usually use. These were the sweet potatoes are gone. Yeah, I can use this one. This is the dish that I'm going to use. So, because I used it last night, that's still alright. It's got some oil in it, but it should be fine. So we're just going to let them start to cook. And then after about 5 or 6 minutes, we'll add the onions, and then we'll get the beef out. Let me just get the beef from the fridge. How's the signal, everybody? Is it all right? So this is the beef we're going to use. This is British lean beef steak mince. Okay, so I'm going to pop that to one side. You could put the lid over if you wanted to, but this will be for supper, Dina. Yeah, this will be for supper, because it's great. You can make this up and reheat it. So, and as I say, it does take it's quite a lengthy process. You know, getting the carrots to soften, then add the onions and the beef. Then we're going to add some stock. Then we're going to add all the spices and the garlic. You know, so it does take a little bit of time. But once and then it has to go in the oven as well, with the mashed potato on the top to crisp up. You can add some cheese on the top if you wanted to, and then you can portion size them and freeze it if you wanted to. So it's a great dish. It's a great dish. This is taking a long time to heat up. If you wanted to, you could grate the carrot up and fry it that way if you wanted to, instead of just sort of frying the carrots. It's just taking a while, that's all. So we'll get some garlic out. I like to add a good few cloves of garlic. So just get this ready. Might as well use a lot of garlic. I love garlic. It's starting to sizzle now, guys. That's the only problem with cooking. It does take time, but it is worth. It's definitely worth it in the end. I'm making you all want carrot now. Hi Darby, lovely to see you, Darby. We're doing a cottage pie today. So what I'll be doing is we're just frying off the carrots. We'll add the onions. I might add the onions actually after. We'll add the beef, sorry, after the carrots once they've softened a bit. Then we'll add the onions, and then we're going to add some stock. So we'll add some beef stock, and then we'll add in some tomato sauce. You could add Worcester sauce if you have any. We've got garlic as well going in here. What else? Herbs, some mixed herbs and spices. Then we're going to pop all that into a baking dish and add the mashed potato on the top. And then it'll go in the oven for about 40 minutes. You could add it till it's crisp, nice and crispy on the top. So I don't know if anyone knows Derby. Derby took part in the dessert day on Saturday, which was an amazing day by everybody, all the broadcasters. So be sure to follow Derby. She's an amazing cook. It's great that we can all just connect around the world with, with our love of food. Alexis, did you get my message earlier today? I sent you a message. I'm basically wanting to try out a new thing on hats. So I would love to know if you have a favourite recipe. What is your favourite recipe? And kind of give me a reason why it's your favourite recipe. I want to know the story behind this favourite recipe. But what I want to do with that recipe is make it myself, but make it in a healthier way. So I want to know your favourite food. Whatever your favourite food is, it doesn't, if I can get I'm sure I could get the ingredients for it, But as long as it's nothing too expensive, it's got to be something kind of, quick, something that you would maybe eat all the time. And it just, you might see something that I cook and think, Aidan makes that food, but I've never tried that and I'd like to try it, or maybe I've had it before, but I do it in a different way. I would love to be able to create that recipe myself. Yeah, recipe stories. That is a very good title, Darby. We've been looking for Would you like to be a part of this, Darby? I was kind of thinking like cooking sessions or something like that, but I like the name of that. Recipe stories. And we can find out a bit more about, why you eat that sort of food, or, what influences your type of, your food. So if you're up for that, I would be more than happy. We should do something like that. It would be really good. You don't have to do it every day. It's just finding out a bit more about people's choices and why, what's influenced them in their lives. And whether they want to come on camera, it's up to them. They don't have to. But it gives an extra perspective as well into it. I think for me, if anybody wanted to do my favourite recipe to make it a little bit healthier for me, would probably be... I probably would say fish and chips, because we get a lot of fish and chips. But with fish, it's the type of fish that I eat is very much fried fish. So it's trying to create that flavour, but in a healthier way. So it would be nice maybe to put a name in the bag and team up. So for example, everybody wants to be involved. We put everybody's name in a bag and we sort of match them up, like a bit like a Secret Santa sort of thing, where you pick out a name and that person buys them something. but it would be like we pick out and then we buddy you up with two, and then find out what your favourite recipe is, and we swap ideas, that sort of thing, and then we could do it again and again. So I could say, okay, Darby, your favourite recipe is this. I put it into a bag, and you may say maybe teamed up with Alexis, or you might be teamed up with myself, and we swap ideas, we swap the recipes and give that a try. But it has to be something where you're wanting to improve the recipe and change the recipe. So something that's really unhealthy would be a good thing, like a burger, for example. If you have like a burger, cheeseburger, or a meat burger, what do you add on that burger? What sort of bread do you use? I think it could be really interesting. So Darby says pizza. See, I started doing Alexis's pizza with the dough. So she uses flour, self-raising flour, and Greek yogurt. But it's you could easily make a low-fat dough. It's the toppings that go on it. So you'd have to maybe look at, are you having meat on that pizza? How much meat are you having on that pizza? How many slices of that pizza are you eating? Is it deep crust? Is it thick crust? All these factors. I think it could be very interesting. There's lots of different avenues to go down. And sort of like find out what swaps you could do. I think it would be really good. So, shall I put you down on my list, Darby? Alexis, would you like me to put you on my list? Let me go and find a piece of paper. I'm just going to get a piece of paper and write. Yep, Darby's up for it. And let your friends know as well. Let anybody else know on your broadcast. Say, this is what we're doing. It's a good idea. We have a list of people. And let me know and I'll add them onto the list. Let me grab a pen because I've lost it. Whenever you lose pens, I'm losing pens. I had a pen in this kitchen and I can't find it now. Where's my pen gone? 1 second, guys. This carrots are cooking down nicely, so we're getting there slowly. 1 moment, guys. So if I put on this list, okay, so recipe stories. I can't spell today. Recipe stories. So obviously myself, Aidan Leeds. We've got Darby and Alexis. Okay, so Dina, would you like to be? Would you be up for the challenge? Would you be up for this? So what I can do is I'll put everybody's names in on a piece of paper, and then I'll do them live, so we can team up. So you'll be teamed up with somebody, another broadcaster, and then it's about finding out what their favourite recipe is. Okay. Darby says I found memories of a girl using pizza kits and making pizza with my mum for the girlfriend and sleepovers. I like that, Darby. This is what's been really, really good about it. We'll find out more about your choice of why you eat, what foods you eat, and the reasons why. So these carrots, I think that they're actually sizzling now. So let me turn this pan down as well. What we're going to do next is we're going to add the beef. So let's get this beef on. So let me just cut this open. We're going to plonk this in and break this up. So this is 500 grams. My mashed potato cooking. I'm going to turn that down. This is where I need the Pampered Chef mix, mash and mash chopper thing. What's it called, Lexus? We'll know more about Pampered Chef tools on Friday, I should say, because for the word search this week, we're going to be doing a Pampered Chef word search. I'm going to add all of the well, quite a few Pampered Chef tools and things, and we'll have to find them, and then I will show you them live on. Let me just put all these carrots in one place in the pan. I've got more space. You're probably saying, why don't you just mix it all in? Let's just mix it all in then. Why not? It's all going to cook. And then we'll start to add in the onions. So remember, this is beef mince. It will already have some oil anyway, some juices in there already as well. All right, Alexis, thank you. Yeah, we'll do that on Friday. We'll do a quiz on Friday. I like to do a quiz. I think we might do a geography quiz or a history quiz. I don't know what yet. Maybe we should do a food. No, we'll do a food quiz actually. I think we'll do a food quiz. We haven't done a food quiz for a while. Seeing it's all. We'll have a kind of food day. And I can't believe it actually. I think it's a year since I started doing the quizzes, you know. Not the ones on Haps. I did them on Periscope, didn't I? Because do you remember the St. George's Day quiz I did? And St. George's Day is next week. 23rd of April, which is our it's not a bank holiday in England. St. George's Day. It's just we like St. Andrew's Day, St. David's Day. It's England's Day. And where I live, we actually have a parade. We're the most patriotic town in England because we have a huge St. George's Day festival. But obviously, due to COVID, that's not going to happen again this year. Hello, Rick. Lovely to see you. You can smell it, I know. Oh, let's put the garlic in. So we're going to put some garlic in. So this is the time to put the garlic in. Let me check the garlic's all right. I haven't made a cottage pie for ages. So in goes the garlic. Mix all this in. There's still some raw meat in there, so just mix it all in. It's fine. We'll add the onions as well in a moment. So let me know where you're coming in from and whereabouts in the world. If you're new, remember to subscribe. You can share this broadcast out if you really like it. You could also subscribe, share the broadcast, and if you're learning something new and you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Do you remember that song? No, you can send awards and sponsor. You don't have to sponsor them. A bit more garlic. Why not? If you've got garlic to use up, use it. Sometimes, I don't know about you, but sometimes you can taste the garlic. Sometimes you can't. Like smell it. The reason I didn't put the onions in straight away is because I didn't want them to soften. I want the carrots to soften a bit more first. Onions don't take too long. Okay, let's get the onions in now. Oops. So we've got an onion going in here. Let's add these onions in. They're all nicely chopped. Let's mix all that in. I'm going to also add some salt and pepper now. And then what we're going to do is start to... I think we had some flour as well. You're going to need some flour for this. Looks good, doesn't it, guys? Looks good. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some tomato sauce. Yes, we're going to be adding some of this. Just Heinz tomato ketchup. We're going to add some HP sauce, which has tarragon in it, I think. Is it tarragon? Yeah, oh sorry, tamarind. Not tarragon. Tamarind. So we've got some sauce. Let's put some salt and pepper in here. Some pepper. Am I making you all hungry, everyone? You could add a little bit more oil if you wanted to, but some of the juices are actually underneath. Maybe you want them onions to simmer as well. This smells really, really nice, guys. Really nice. You would eat that for breakfast right now. For breakfast, Rick. For breakfast. Does smell really nice though. Let me just grab something from my cupboard. I need two things from the cupboard, so let me just line up where my camera position is, otherwise I might lose you. So 1 second. Just a minute, guys. So let me get out my meat granules and some herbs. Now, you never guess what I did the other day. I think I told you this already. Because I used this. Sorry, everyone. I used this. This was the chipotle cooking paste. And I added it to mayonnaise. And it was very bitter. I don't know if that was the right stuff. Maybe you've got to actually cook it first. But it was, I don't know if I think that's the wrong sort of chipotle that I used. Anyway. Let's put you back in the place where it was before. I think that's right. So we're now going to start to add in. We need to just boil some more water. Because we're gonna make a stock. So we're going to boil some more water. Make sure all that meat is cooked and the onions as well. Let me check my potatoes. Yep, they're boiling down nicely. I think I'm going to use some cream actually. Actually, no, I'm going to use milk. So just I'm wondering with the cream whether it's going to help the potato crisp up or not in the oven. I'd love to try this with sweet potatoes though. Let me know what you're having for your breakfast or your dinner. Do you call it dinner or do you call it lunch? Of all the places in the world, where I live in Yorkshire, we call dinner lunch. No, sorry, we call lunch dinner, and we call our tea our evening meal. So you might drink a cup of tea, but we say we're having our tea, T-E-A, which also means an evening meal, which can also mean dinner, but dinner can also mean lunch at 12 o'clock, at lunchtime. It sounds so confusing, I know. So let's put some mixed herbs in here now. Okay, so I'm going to put some mixed herbs, and the reason I put it on the meat is so it brings out some of them juices in the meat, even though we're going to add, it starts to just cook some of them herbs. And it's softening down them onions as well. Having your first coffee. Cheers, Alexis. Well, could you believe it today? Do you know the Costa coffee that I made? The Costa coffee. Well, happy birthday to Costa. You are 50 years old today. And there's a promotion on over the next 3 days where they're doing 50p coffee on all drinks. So you can go and get a coffee, any coffee you like, any coffee through the app. You scan it on in their stores, in their coffee stores, and you can get a drink for 50p. So that's sort of the equivalent of 50 cents. So that's quite good, isn't it? Any drink, any drink. So happy birthday to Costa. I think it's on over the next 3 days anyway. So yeah, it was funny though, wasn't it? To be doing the Costa coffee when it's their birthday today. So we're going to add some now tomato ketchup. You might think that's a bit weird. So we're going to just add a bit of tomato ketchup. A bit like doing sloppy joes, isn't it? When you add tomato ketchup to your meat. So mix all that in. And then we're also going to add some HP sauce. This will give out loads of flavor. So just add some HP sauce. We'll give it a bit of a what's the word I'm looking for? Tang. Now you see how it's starting to thicken up. Now if there's lots of juices, you would add some flour. So I'm going to add a bit of flour because you don't want it to be too liquidy. This is coming together really nice. This smells amazing. And then I'm going to make my stock. So we're going to use some normal meat gravy granules. So let me get a jug. Oops. So we're going to take the jug. I'm going to put two tablespoons, and then we're going to fill this up to the top. So 2 tablespoons of meat granules. This is a masterclass in cottage pie. And keep that stir. See how it's coming together now. Let me turn the pan down a bit. I think this is the first time I've made a cottage pie in this pan. It's working very well. So they add a little bit of flour. You want just a tablespoon or half a tablespoon of plain flour. It's just to absorb all the juices. So again, mix all that in. And it also helps it absorb some of the gravy when we add this in. Look at that, guys. Look at that. That looks delicious. It smells delicious. So now I'm going to just make up the gravy. Here we go, look. So fill this up to the top. Let's give this a stir. And we're going to add this in. So slowly add this in now, guys. And there we go. So we're nearly on the home. Oops. We're nearly on the home straight. Is it home straight? We're nearly there. And some of that flour will work to absorb some of this stock. This is what you want. Lift anything that's sort of stuck to the bottom of the pan. I'm making you all hungry now, aren't I? My potatoes are boiling, which is good. And we're just going to let this simmer for about 5 to 10 minutes as we prepare the mashed potato. If it gets a bit too thick, then add a bit more water, hot water. This smells really good. I think you can add a bit more herbs in if you wanted to. A bit more herbs on the top. Actually, the herbs are going to go on top of the mashed potato as well, so mix all that in. Thanks, Alexis. Whenever you have a favourite recipe, I think you just sort of, it comes naturally to you when you're confident in knowing what you're making. Well, you know that already. But I've made this so many times. This is really nice with the Yorkshire puddings, hint hint, or the Dutch baby pancakes without the sugar. They looked amazing, did them, on Saturday. You did a really good job. The little tip I would say for you is make sure you put them on a top shelf, and before you put them in the oven, just make sure everything's even, and in the middle of the shelf, so that they rise up at the right. Because if you've got one part of the oven that's hot and not too, you don't want too much heat on one side. You want it to be even across the whole. But I'm sure you'll figure that out. But yeah, just before you put it in, just make sure everything's even and sort of move it around. And this is smelling good. This is so good. You could make it spicy, this, if you wanted to. I think I tried it once, actually, with some Cajun spice. Do you say Cajun or is it Cajun? Is it Cajun as in A, or Cor as in or? Cajun. I'm going to turn this pan down now because it's super hot now. It's starting to stick on the bottom. But make sure everything's cooked. I don't think I've missed anything out of this. You could add peas as well. This would be very good. Alexa sells pea protein supplements. So if you're wanting to increase the amount of vitamins, we say vitamins here, into your diet, then you could add your peas in it or add other vegetables in at this point. I'm just keeping it simple. And don't worry if your carrots are not too hot, if they're not too soft. They're gonna go in. It's going to go in the oven anyway for 40 minutes. Who's coming to dinner? You're all welcome. You're all welcome. Let me know if you've ever made a cottage pie before. Maybe what sort of thing what would you add to this cottage pie? What would you add to this? I'm going to turn my potatoes down. Let me check that they might be cooked actually. Let me check. Yeah, my potatoes are done, guys. So, 1 second. Let's pop this to one side. I need this. So I'm going to take these potatoes that are nicely boiled and make some mash. Won't be a second, everyone. So here are the potatoes. Shall I lift you up, or shall I put you back over here a minute? Let's put you back over here, shall we? Because it's only going to simmer. Oh, that's not too bad, is it? Can you all see that? Do you want me to lift you up? Yeah, so you can see both. So I'm going to take a masher. Where's my masher? While that's simmering, I've turned that down a bit though. And I'll show you what we're going to do with it in a moment. So we're going to mash the potato. If you've got a potato, what are they called, Alexis? You've got them. You put mincer. Use a potato mincer. That's what I was thinking of. I mash mine up first. We're going to add some butter. I'm going to add milk instead of cream. Put some butter. Where's my butter gone? I'm going to use margarine actually, utterly butterly. So we're going to add some in here. Got some butter going in here. But then because it's going in the oven, don't worry too much. It's just going to melt anyway. So you all see this? lid and keep stirring this. It's looking really nice. I'm happy with it. It's quite a lot there though. Let's add some salt and pepper. You call mashed potato. Dawn from Holland says they call mashed potatoes stamp pot. I like it. Okay, and then we're just going to add some milk. A little bit of milk. There you go. I said I won't add too much because it always goes a bit too liquidy. So you can get the masher again if you want to. Mix all that in, just like that. Go around it. Don't worry too much if it goes a bit too... you kind of want it lumpy because you want it to crisp up. But it will do that anyway, depending on how big your dish is that you're adding it to. So there's the mash, that's all ready. So put that to one side. Now let me just get rid of this oil that was in this pan. I've got some paper towel here. So a little tip for you, don't ever empty your oil down the sink. Now you can do if you run hot water for it, but a lot of places advise you not to. So any oil, just get a paper towel and throw it in the bin. That's the best thing you can do. There we go, we're saving the environment as well at the same time. Where it goes to afterwards is another thing, which really annoys me because like for years and years we were all told that your garbage, gets sent so and so, and then you see it, well you don't personally see it, but you hear about it being sent in a landfill and it's halfway across the world, which is madness, isn't it? And you don't think that. Actually, I might use a bigger dish. I think I need a bigger dish. We need a bigger dish, everyone. Let's give this a quick rinse. I know my pans, these dishes anyway, they have a little bit of black edges on the side. So I do need to clean that anyway at some point. Get rid of the water. So this is done, everyone, because it's going to go in the oven. In the oven. Switch your oven on, like so. We're going to take this mixture. Get a big spoon. And we're going to add it to the dish. Well, actually, I've just realised this could probably go into the oven anyway, couldn't it? This pan could actually probably go into the oven. So you could actually add the mashed potato on the top if you wanted to and put it into the oven. But I'm going to use a separate dish. Never thought about that. Now I know Alexis sells tools. You sell some pans, Alexis, that you can actually add. You don't have to transfer it into another pan. Yeah. Never thought. Never mind though. I'm not that confident using it in the oven just yet. But yeah, it's something you can do, which is a very good thing. So if you don't own a cast iron pan and you want to just... I like to use it in here. I'm always used to using it in here. I should take this off. It's starting to... In the dish. To one side. So get all of that out. Hopefully you can all see this. Yeah. And then what we're going to do then is, I say, we're going to add the mashed potato on the top. So if you like it nice and lumpy, I'm just going to put it on the top like this. This is a real cottage pie. Don't worry if there's not enough. Maybe I should. As I say, I did have the other. I had the other improved dish out, didn't I? Yeah, you just want to add all your mash on the top. Then you'll get a. Such a mess now in this kitchen. Any problem, but it doesn't matter. And we're gonna just use the. I'm gonna add this on the top. Get all that potato. Don't forget your corners. You can add a bit of cheese on. Well, add cheese like 10 minutes before you take it out of the oven. You love lumpy potatoes. I'm the same. Alexis. Just so much better, aren't they? So a little bit of salt and pepper now on the top of here. You can flatten it down or whichever. And then what I like to do. Are you ready for this? I'm going to add some mixed herbs on the top. Mix it all look pretty. Bit of salt and pepper on there as well. And then we're ready for it to go into the oven. There's already salt and pepper actually on there. So there we have it, guys. That is our cottage pie. This is going to go in the oven for about 40 to 45 minutes on a middle shelf. So, what do we think, everyone? Are we happy? Have you got any questions at all? Any questions? I think that's everything. In it goes then. Let's put that on a middle shelf. As I say, about 10 to 15 minutes before the end. Happy Gora. Aidan does dishes too. Thanks, Darby. Thank you. So, does anybody else want to take part in the recipe stories? So, what we're going to do is, anyone that takes part and likes to cook and is happy to broadcast a dish. It won't be your own dish that you'll be making. You're going to be making somebody else's dish, but a way that is healthier. So if you want to take part, just give me your name, say yes or no, I'll put you on a list. What we'll do is I'll put everybody's name on a piece of paper, in a bag, you'll match up with somebody, and then you'll do their recipe, but in a healthier way, and you'll just find out a bit more about how they, how they eat, if that makes any sense, what they eat, and hopefully develop a friendship along the way, who knows. So anybody else want to take part, as they keep plugging it when you're on a broadcast. Hello, Christine. Right, Christine's going to do it. I know Christine can do it. So Zen Squad, I'm signing you up for this challenge. So all names will go into a hat, and what will happen is we'll buddy you up with somebody, find out what their favourite food is, and then you'll be making their favourite food and learning a bit more about that food, if that sounds okay. So we've got myself, Darby, Jones, Alexis, and Zen Squad. I'm going to sign you up because I know you benefit from it. Not saying you wouldn't benefit because it's unhealthy food. Healthy food. I'm saying you'll benefit because you'll meet new broadcasters and things. If you're happy to do that. So what time is it now? It's 10 past the hour. So this should be ready actually on the hour. So it won't take too long. So let me know if you just get them. Send Alexis a message. You can then Alexis will send it to me, and I'll add you to the list. Okay. So thank you for watching, everybody, and yes, I will do. So if you're interested in the recipe stories, I think there will be something really good and interesting to do. So thank you for watching, everybody. I shall see you very soon. Alexis is brilliant. Right, I'll see you all later, guys. I won't be on tonight, so I'll post a picture of the cottage pie on my Instagram. It's AidenLeeds1, which is where I post all my recipes. You're very welcome, Darby. Thank you for coming in, and I shall see you all soon. So whatever you're up to for the rest of the day, go and enjoy yourself. If it's nice weather, go and enjoy yourself. If you like Christine, get yourself on a bus. Just make sure you don't lose your battery. That's all I'm saying. Not lose your battery, run out of battery. But that didn't happen though, did it? So we're all right. Yeah, so I'll post up the picture, Christine, and you can check it out later. So take care, everybody. Have a great day. See you soon. Bye.